Yo, what is up, y'all? My name is Rob Donaldson, and welcome back to another edition of Rob's Best Bets. And man, oh man, it's been a while, and I'm so glad to be back. And a lot of you guys have been asking, hey Rob, where are these videos at, man? We love the college basketball videos, and I did actually upload some Major League Baseball videos as well in the early first kind of week of the season. But ever since, it's kind of been all just on Twitter/X, for my daily picks, that is. And, my explanation is this. During the March month, during the month of April, I was uploading so much for college basketball that I kind of wanted to have a brevity month, in the middle of the calendar year where I could just kind of, do my day job and then come home and relax. And that's why I'm coming back to you guys here in the month of May, and I'm so glad to be back. And we're coming off of a really nice day on Tuesday. We absolutely cleaned up, and it was such a great day that it actually elevated us into the green on the Major League Baseball season. It's been a real rocky road because it started off really poorly, then really elevated, then it was kind of a teetering couple weeks in there, and over the past, 7 days, we have been absolutely on fire, and I guess, it kind of correlates with bringing back these videos, so that's always great when it works out fantastic for us, and I am so excited to jump into this Wednesday slate. It's a really great slate, and no more time being wasted. Let's go ahead and jump into these picks. All right, first up, we are heading out to the nation's capital, where we have the Guardians taking on the Nats, and this is a very interesting lefty-on-lefty battle. We're looking at Logan Allen, we're looking at Mitchell Parker, and both of these guys are kind of hovering around the 4 ERA territory right now, but what I can tell you is the underlying numbers really do love these guys in terms of limiting hard contact in the early going, and when you look at the Nationals, who are a very good lineup at scoring runs, they have a lot of lefties, and I kind of assume that Logan Allen is going to be able to neutralize some of these bats that have been really elevating the scores so far in the games that we've seen in this series. And right now, we are getting a total of 9 runs, in part because of that early kind of crazy run productivity that we've seen in this series. And that gives us a great opportunity to buy in on that high total going under. So let's go ahead and bet the under of 9 runs for 3 units for our first bet here on Wednesday. For pick number 2, we are heading out to Milwaukee, where we have the Astros taking on the Brewers, and we are 0-2 so far in this series, but hey, the Brewers do one thing really well, and that is pitching, but eventually, at some point, that dam has to break, and I do feel like the dam is going to be prone to be broken when you look at the Astros lineup, because there are a lot of good players in this lineup that are really knocking on the door of having successful days, but they really haven't been able to kind of work in conjunction with one another. And when you're looking at Quinn Priester on the bump, he is one of those guys in the Brewers rotation that if you want to fade the Brewers for, the run total aspect, he is probably the guy to do it against. And on the other side with Framber Valdez, he is somebody that has had his struggles so far this season, but it is looking a little bit up for him too in terms of the hard hit numbers, the strikeouts. I really do think he can find it against a Brewers lineup that isn't necessarily the most crazily dynamic. And for those reasons, I say we go ahead and bet the Astros money line for 3 units, and for an additional 2 units, let's go ahead and take the Astros on the run line here as well. For pick number 3, we are heading out to St. Louis, where we have the Cardinals taking on the Pirates. And when you're looking at this matchup here, Sonny Gray has been absolutely excellent in Busch Stadium ever since they acquired him. And when you're looking at Mitch Keller on the other side, he is somebody that over the past few years, even despite having some really nice years in there, I've been very prone to fading him because he lives and dies by the fastball. He lives and dies by allowing hard contact and then kind of pitching out of it. Whereas Sonny Gray on the other side, yes, he can kind of teeter around getting those strikeouts, but what he really does well is limit hard contact. And the Bucks are a team right now that when you look at them, they have trouble even putting the ball in play, let alone hitting it hard. I really do think that through the first 5 innings, the Cardinals are going to have a lot of success here. So let's go ahead and take them on the run line through the first 5 innings for 2 units for our third bet here on Wednesday. For pick number 4, we are heading out to Arizona, where we have the D-backs taking on the Mets. And when you're looking at Merrill Kelly in this matchup, this has been one of my favorite pitchers to back in all of Major League Baseball for maybe 5, 6, even 7 years now. And in large part, it comes down to him just being the ultimate go out there and give your team a really good chance to win type of guy. Because every single time he goes out there, it feels like he's eating up 6 or 7 innings while allowing 3 earned runs or less. And when you look at this season through 7 starts, he has actually allowed 2 earned runs or less through 6 of those starts, despite having 1 blow-up outing, which has kind of hurt his surface number ERA. But I really do love Merrill Kelly, and when you look at the other side with Kodai Senga, he is actually a guy that I think is going to experience some negative regression moving forward because the strikeout numbers just aren't there this season, and he's allowing a lot of hard contact, but that hard contact is just going to outfielders and the corner infielders, and they're leading to outs rather than run production. And eventually, especially against a good lineup like the D-backs, I really do think he's going to end up paying for it. So let's go ahead and bet on the D-backs money line here for 4 units for our 4th bet here on Wednesday. For pick number 5, we are heading out to New York, where we have the Padres taking on the Yankees, and Max Fried is going for the Yankees, and he has been absolutely fantastic, and whether you're looking at the surface numbers or the underlying numbers, nothing is pointing to him slowing down anytime soon. But on the other side, Dylan Cease is a guy that I think is going to experience a lot of positive regression, and because of that, I do think that through the first, 5, 6, even 7 innings of this game, the Padres are going to be right there, and the New York Yankees have had their bullpen woes as of late, and for that reason, when you look at the Padres getting a flat 1 run here at an even money price, I really do believe that the Padres not only can cover that number or push on that number, but just outright win. And for those reasons, I say we go ahead and back the Padres getting that 1 run, and you can use the run line calculator in my description box down below, or DraftKings just has these +1 numbers available as well. But I say we go ahead and bet it for 4 units for our 5th bet here on Wednesday. For pick number 6, we are heading down to Atlanta, where we have the Reds taking on the Braves, and this is a new look at the Braves because whether you're looking at Alex Verdugo, or the emergence of Eli White, or Marcell Ozuna getting healthy and getting back in the lineup, Sean Murphy getting healthy and getting back in the lineup, or the positive regression of Matt Olson and Austin Riley, they are a far cry away from that team that couldn't score any runs during the first half of April. And when you're looking at this team now, that's how I'm looking at them, as a team that can hit anybody. And even though Hunter Green is very good and has been fantastic in the early goings this season, he is a guy that's going to be willing to challenge these hitters. And I do feel like there's a decent chance that he ends up paying for it in this game. And on the other side, when you're looking at Grant Holmes, he's not necessarily somebody that I think is going to pitch a shutout. So when you see a total of 7.5 runs for the entire game, I'm all over it. So let's go ahead and take the over of 7.5 runs here for 2 units for our 6th bet here on Wednesday. All right, for our final bet here on Wednesday, we are heading out to Colorado, where we have the Tigers taking on the Rockies, and this game unfortunately got rained out on Tuesday, and we had a host of player props, we had a host of bets in that game, and now we're probably going to be seeing a very different pitching matchup. Instead of Job on the bump for the Tigers, it's likely going to be Casey Mize, and instead of Dollander for the Rockies, it's going to be Kyle Freeland, and that does kind of soften my approach in terms of the investment that I want to have on the Rockies, but I still want to back the Rockies in this game, and kind of similarly to Kodai Senga, but to an extra degree, Casey Mize has really struggled with the strikeout stuff throughout his entire Major League Baseball career, and he is allowing hard contact and not necessarily paying for it. He has had some rough outings, but I don't think he's had enough rough outings to truly justify what I'm seeing underneath kind of those surface level statistics. And the Rockies on the other side, yes, they are a very bad team, but I do think that Kyle Freeland's going to be able to give them a chance through the first 5 innings here, especially if they can kind of muster up maybe 2 or 3 earned runs to pair with it. So let's go ahead and take the Rockies on the first 5 run line, getting that half run for 2 units for our final bet here on Wednesday. All that being said, I want to really thank you guys for checking out today's video. And some of you guys may be wondering, hey Rob, one of the things I like about your Major League Baseball bets, and this really has been one of our kind of crucial points of making us profitable on the Major League Baseball season so far, but it really lies with the player props. And with those player props, unfortunately, the markets really aren't open at this time of night when I am recording these videos, and that's going to constantly be the case. So more often than not, they're not going to be included in the video. They're going to be on Twitter/X underneath that video post, and also potentially I'll pin them in the comment section of the YouTube video as well. But with all that being said, y'all, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, throw them my way. I love hearing from you guys, and as I always say, I will see you in a future video. Take it easy.